did it. We made it till Friday. All right. Now we're here for Pilates. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm excited to spend this time with y'all. Just a reminder what this workout's about. We're not trying to go as hard as possible. We don't have to do every single rep. This is about the ongoing process of our mind-body connectedness and continually checking in with ourselves for feedback about what we're doing and how it's going and what we should change. So if anything hurts, you're gonna stop doing it. And possibly there's a really easy solution. Sometimes it's just giving yourself some more padding. Sometimes you just need a break. Anytime you start to get fatigued and you lose the form, that's another good time to take a break. And then you're making the choices on whether you're going to scale up or scale back modifications based on how it's going today specifically. So not even necessarily yesterday, but how you're doing right now. So we're working on that process of communication between mind and body. It's a really big piece here. So this is your full invitation to check in with yourself and act accordingly. And as always, if you have any questions or requests or anything like that, send them on over. I'm happy to design this precisely to your specifications, whatever it is you need or whatever you need to work around. So with that, let's get this party started. Oh. So let's start with a couple big cleansing breaths, connecting down into the ground. And again. Hand to the opposite knee and rotate. And over to the other side. Twisting out the spine. Bring them back into the center. Switch the legs in front. And again, a couple deep breaths. And again. We're going to walk the hands as far forward as we can get them. Pull the foot cheeks on the ground. Reaching, walking those hands forward. Take one more breath out here. We're going to roll it up to sitting. And we're going to come on up all the way to standing. So for this next piece, you can do it on the mat, on the floor, whatever makes you happy. We're going to start by squaring up the hips, knees and toes facing forward. And from here, I'm just going to tuck my tailbone under. It's a little bit of work for my legs already. I've got my knees over my ankles, not in front, and my core is engaged. I'm going to bring my arms up to the sky and raise one knee up. So from here, I just want to again check in with myself. I'm tucking the tailbone under as opposed to pushing the butt up. And then I'm going to engage the core, and I'm putting a lot of weight onto this one leg. If that hurts, I can turn my foot out a little bit, reaching it up to the sky here, and then I'm going to hinge down to reach down towards the ground, and that back leg's going to go back behind me. Inhale up to the sky, and then I'm going to hinge down. Squeeze my butt cheek, woo, especially on the way back up. So I'm keeping the softness in the leg that's on the ground. I'm not going to lock that leg straight. And again, if I feel any discomfort in that knee, like I, for instance, often will, because I have a torn meniscus there, so I gotta turn that foot out to the side, as opposed to just keeping the toes moving forward. And again, I'm gonna squeeze my butt cheeks, especially on the way back up. So I'm going at my pace, tap down to the ground, bring it back up, and trying to keep it strictly in that sagittal plane, so up and down without rocking and swaying. I'm gonna do a couple more just like this. And then I'm gonna make a decision. I may want to stay with this, or I may be ready to add, in which case I'll tap my right hand to the left of the foot, bring it on back up to the sky. Left hand to the right of the foot, bring it back up to the sky. I don't have to actually touch the floor, but I'm gonna aim for that at least. And again, the weight is gonna be in this one leg. I want to feel that work through the outside of the hip. It's not my knee's job. In fact, we are working those leg muscles that support the knee. If you're doing regular up and down, we'll do 4 more, or we'll do 2 to each side. How's your butt? Bring it on back up to standing. And release. Shake it out. Big cleansing breath. And again. Boy, do I have good news for you. It is such good news. I bet you know what it is. You got two butt cheeks. Get through it again. So again, we're going to soften those knees. Knees are over the ankles, not in front of the toes. Right? So I'm sitting back, and I'm going to squeeze those butt cheeks. Pelvic floor is working, core is working. And bring the other leg up. And again, I might want to turn the foot out. I'm going to find my balance, my centeredness. And then if I'm ready to add to it, hinge to tap down, and inhale back up to standing. So sagittal plane for right now. That means we're going up and down without twisting, without leaning. The leg that I'm standing on, I want to feel this work through the outside of that hip. And then the leg that I'm raising, I'm going to use my hip flexors to bring it up. And I'm using my butt cheek to extend it straight. And then I'm going to squeeze my butt and then come back up to standing. That helps me with the control a whole lot. Squeeze, 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 squeeze my butt as I'm raising. I'm going to do a couple more like this. And then I'm going to have a decision to make. Maybe I want to stay with this because this is enough of a challenge. Or maybe I want to add that rotation. In which case I will tap my right hand to the left and my left hand to the right. How is your butt doing? The foot that's on the ground, but balance that work across the foot. So your big toe, little toe, heel, evenly distributing that work. The nice thing about a barefoot workout is that we can also work the ankle and the foot muscles. Don't get a chance to do whatever strapped into a shoe. 4 more regular or 2 more to each side. Butt cheeks. Balance. You're doing great. And last one. Bring it on back to standing. And relax. Shake it out. Big cleansing breath. And again. All right. So while we're standing, we're going to do a little bit more butt stuff. Yeah, buddy. Turning it out. Heels are together. And we're lifted up nice and tall. My arms are going to come to the sky. And then I'm going to bend one knee. When I bend that knee, it's still staying squared up. So I didn't go, ah, ah. I'm going to notice if I did that. Tap that tailbone under. I'm going to bring that knee up. And my arms come up and over. Bring it up on the lateral. So I'm going to listen to this hip. And if it pops or anything like that, I got to change the angle. So maybe I don't need to come as high, or maybe I need to come more to the side, or maybe I need to come more forward. But my hip will let me know. The leg that I'm standing on, I've got a little softness in this knee. I'm not locking it straight. Now, if you're ready to add to it, you might have noticed I'm doing a lift and lower without touching the floor. So obliques are bringing that knee up and over. Upper body's relatively still, so I'm not necessarily crunching with the upper body here. 3, 2, I'm gonna bring that elbow and knee together and hold. So leg I'm standing on, again, softening that knee. That leg is not locked straight. So I'm upright right now. I'm gonna bend. And the leg that I'm balancing on, I'm going to push that butt back even more. I can extend my arms out if that's helpful to the balance. The leg I'm standing on, again, I want to push that butt back. So the knee is bent, and then I'm going to lift. Lift and lower that knee. My core is engaged. This doesn't hurt my lower back. And again, the leg I'm standing on is doing a lot of this work. Big toe, little toe, heel, evenly distributing the work. 3, 2, 1. That knee is lifted. I'm going to add extension and retract. Extend and retract. Yeah, buddies. So it's kind of like a roundhouse kick, only not really. 3, 2, 2. We're gonna add that extension and hold it. Woo! Super strong, super strong. Keep that leg to the side, to the side. One more deep breath. Bring it back in. Shake it out. Big cleansing breath. And again. All right. One more time. Other side. Same deal. So again, straight to the top of the head. Softening knees. Heels together, toes apart. Arms up. And I'm going to pop that one knee out more. Keeping everything squared. Lift and lower. I got to lift into my hip. I know that this side I have a different range of motion than I do on this side. So I got to really listen and adjust. And then if I'm ready to add to it, I can do that lift and lower without touching the floor. I'm only adding that if it makes sense. I'm not going to add that if it makes me get sloppy. Again, the leg I'm standing on, I have some softness in that knee. I am not locking it straight. When I lock it straight, then it relies on my knee, not my muscles. 3, 2, bring them together. Elbow and knee together. Standing up tall. This leg is soft. Take another deep breath. Bring that knee and elbow together. Hinging at the waist. I'm going to extend this arm out because that helps with balance. The leg I'm standing on, really push the butt back. Soften the knee. And then we're going to lift. The leg I'm standing on, big toe, little toe, heel. Evenly distributing that work. And lift, lift, lift. Yeah, butts. Yeah, butts. All the butts. So many butts. 3, 2, 1. Lift that knee and hold it. Extend and retract. Oh, yeah. Kind of like a roundhouse kick, only not. 3, 2, one more time. We're going to hold it out. Hold it to the side, hold it to the side, hold it to the side. Woo! 3, 2, 1. Bring it on back in. And up. Shake it out. Big cleansing breath. And again. We're going to do a little bit of a stretch of the outside of the hips since we just worked them. So I'm going to bring my right knee up into my chest first. Whew. Then a wobby. I'm going to take that knee on the next exhale, bring it across the chest. From here, I'm going to wrap it around the standing leg as much as I can. Then bring my right elbow on top of my left elbow. Palms come together. Take your time. If you fall out of it, just go back through bit by bit. And then I'm going to bring my elbows down towards my knees and push my butt back up. So I'm standing here in the eagle. It's helpful to find something to look at that's not moving. And that helps with the balance. Take another deep breath here. Come back up, out of the eagle. Woo! Cleansing breath. And again. All right, same thing other side. So I'm going to bring my left knee up to my chest. I might find it helpful to turn my right foot out to the right. So a little butt stretch here. On the next exhale, bring it across the chest. Now if you're ready, I'm going to take that leg up and over and wrap around. It's really helpful to go up first before I start wrapping. Otherwise, it's a lot harder to do the wrap. And then elbow on top of elbow. And I'm going to bring the elbows down towards the knees. You're going to take your time, and if you fall out of it, cool. And then you're going to start back over. You're going to go through bit by bit. I'm going to take one more deep breath here. Back up. And whoo! All right, one more standing thing, and then we're going to move on back down to the ground. Is everybody alive and well? Doing great? Okay. We're gonna draw those heels together, toes apart, tuck the tailbone under. So I'm going, yeah, pumping forward. Shoulders back, string to the top of the head up to the sky. We're holding our gigantic tree in front of us. Bend and straighten. So as I'm doing this, I'm gonna tuck my tailbone under. So really, what I'm imagining here is that I'm having sweet, sweet love with this tree. So I'm going up and down and sort of tilting the pelvis forward, tucking the tailbone under, tuck the tailbone under, rather than pushing my butt back. So it's different than a standard squat. 3, 2, lower down and hold. So again, tuck that tailbone under, string to the top of the head up to the sky, and from here I'm going to lift and lower one heel. My height's not going to change. So I have to use my core, and obviously I'm going to use the strength of my legs to hold steady, lift and lower that heel, keeping my height the same. 3, 2, 1, lower that heel, come on back, up. Again, making sure the toes are turned out, tuck the tailbone under, shoulders back, straight to the top of the head, back to bending, and straighten the legs here. So as I lower down, I'm not pushing the butt back. I'm making sweet, sweet love to that tree. 3, 2, lower down and hold. So tucking that tailbone under. I'm really squeezing my butt here and pumping forward. Lift and lower the other heel. Again, my height's going to stay the same, so I'm not rocking and waving, tilting. Super strong here. Yeah, thighs. Yeah, thighs. 3, 2, 1. Lower that heel back down. Come on back up. All right, again, resetting one last time. Heels together, toes apart. Tuck the tailbone under. Shoulders are back. String from the top of the head up to the sky. And plie. So really think about what's going on with my pelvis here. So I'm going up and down, not going back. Up and down. 3, 2, lower down and hold. We're going to lift and lower both heels. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Height stays the same. Staying super strong. Tuck the tailbone under. 3, 2, lift those heels and hold. Woo! Tuck the tailbone under, lift the heels. One more deep breath. Lower the heels, straighten it out. Woo! Relax, big cleansing breath. One more time. All right, you made it through the standing stuff. We're gonna come on back down to the mat. All right, you did it. You made it through that part. So we're gonna come down to the mat. With plenty of mat behind us, articulating the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. So we're gonna do our body scan now. For me, I think it feels good to bring my knees into my chest, rock side to side. And if that feels good for you, you're invited to do that as well. Or maybe you prefer to stretch it all the way out, elongating yourself along the mat. These are both great options, but we're doing our body scan. So how do my hands feel? My wrists, my forearms, my elbows, my upper arm, all the way down to the toes, all the way back up. So as I'm checking in with myself, see what I feel, and if there's a part of me that would like stretch, or would like movement, or maybe just some pressure. This is the time where we're just overtly, specifically practicing that mind-body connectedness. There's a lot of times where we end up sitting in those Zoom meetings for a long time, where we're standing in line waiting for something, and we're just gonna repress and forget signals we get from our bodies. And that's not to our benefit. That doesn't help anyone. The other day I had to stand in line for 2 hours. I was feeling that in my lower back. So I popped down into a malasana every couple of minutes. I tell you what. Right now we're just checking in. What does my body crave right now that I can give it? Movement, pressure, stretching, those kind of things. Take one more deep breath. And relax. I'm going to plant my feet. The closer my feet are to my butt and into each other, the harder this is going to be. So I can make a bigger base if I want to make it a little bit easier. Reach the arms back behind the head. They're going to come up to the sky. Head lifts up, shoulders lift up. One vertebrae at a time, roll it up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale to come back down, laying one vertebrae at a time. So we're not worried about draining out reps and going quickly. We're focused on one vertebrae at a time. Arms hit the floor, they're going to come right back up. Head lifts up, shoulders lift up, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale. Exhale to come back down. Now, if I hear a clicking or popping in my hips on this one, I want to squeeze my butt some more, especially on the way back down. My legs are going to hold totally still. So if where I planted them initially turns out not to work for me, I'm going to change it between reps. Two more of these. Good morning. One more time. Let's keep those hips. Depending on how that went, you may want to focus on that again for good mornings. If you're ready to add to it, we're going to kick one leg out. Knees are next to each other. Thighs are parallel. That leg's going to stay right there. It doesn't want to. So you're going to keep it. Arms come up to the sky. Roll it up to the toe. Rotate over the bent knee. Bring it back up to the toe. Articulate the spine back down. So that leg stays in that same spot the whole time. Roll it up. Exhale. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, roll it back down. Keep the legs still. Breath and movement are together. Two more. One more time. And then I'm going to plant that foot and switch legs. So sit here on one side, do the other one. Arms come up to the sky, roll it up to the toe. Rotate over the bent knee. Back up to the toe, articulate the spine back down. Arms hit the floor, come right back up. So using my hip flexors to keep that leg at a steady height the whole time. Breath and movement together. Two more on this side. One more time. And relax. Depending on how that went, you may want to keep both feet down. You may want to stick to one leg. You may be ready to bring the legs up to a tabletop. I'm going to try that for a little bit. Get the knees directly above the hips. And we're going to keep them directly above the hips. Shins parallel to the floor. Arms are going to come up to the sky. Head lifts up, shoulders up. Roll it up. Inhale up the top. Exhale to lay the vertebrae back down. We're going to keep the legs still. Whichever leg position you chose, keep them still. You can do this with or without rotation with that extended single leg. Woo! I'm going to do one more here. If you're doing the single leg, do one more. And then if you're doing a single leg, switch legs. I'm going to give you another option, yet another option. We're going to do our last set. If you want to, you can do straight legs. Now, if the options you've had so far have already been hard enough and they're taking all of your focus to do them correctly, you don't need to add to it. Arms are going to come up to the sky, roll it up. Woo! One vertebrae at a time coming back down. Whatever leg position you've chosen, you're holding still. Two more reps here. One more time. And we're going to stretch it all the way out. Right knee into the chest. And then we're going to take it out to the right armpit, outside the rib cage. I'm going to keep my left arm down. If I'm good here, I can stay here. If I want to, I can straighten that leg out to the side. I got to keep both shoulders down. Take another deep breath. bring that leg back up to the sky. So I'm able to reach to my toes, so I'm going to do that. If you are not able to get there today, just straighten the leg out. And release. Same thing other side. I'm going to bring the left knee to my chest. And then from here, I can take that left knee out towards my left armpit, outside the ribcage. Right arm will go out to the right to keep both shoulders down. Depending on how you're doing here, you may want to stay here, or you may want to grab on around that big toe and straighten that leg out. I'm going to keep both shoulders down. Take another deep breath, and we're going to bring that back up to the sky. Again, you can reach up and grab onto the big toe, or if that's not happening today, just reach up as high as you can to get the legs straight. One more deep breath here. And release. Woo. All right, we're getting back into it. I'm going to roll it up a little bit. Plant my forearms directly underneath my shoulders, extending those legs straight. And then I'm going to bring them up to tabletop. So I want my knee directly above my hip. I'm going to extend one leg straight, bring it on back up. Extend one leg straight, bring it on back up. So I'm going to keep my shoulders away from my ears. They're going to want to crowd up around my ears, but I'm going to use my core to keep my shoulders back and returning to tabletop each time. So the knee's not going to get any closer to the chest. It stops directly above the hip. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. You know the drill with your hips, though. Anytime we're doing hip stuff, we got to listen to them. If I need to change the angle, I will aim a little bit higher. If I need to squeeze my butt cheeks more, I'll just remind myself to do that. Shoulders stay away from the ears. I'm not pressing down into my arms. I'm just using them to help me balance. This is basically core work. 2 more to each side. One more each side. Bring it on back in and relax for a moment. We'll plant the feet. And we're going to check in again. Resting the elbows underneath the shoulders, bringing the legs back up to tabletop. Now I'm going to extend them straight. Flex one foot, lower that heel down towards the ground, point the toe. Bring it back up to the sky. Flex the foot, lower the heel down towards the ground, point the toe. Bring it back up to the sky. Yup. Woo! Shoulders back away from the ears. My core is doing that work. Remember the feet. The feet. The feet. The feet are the hard part. This is a lot of core. And then I also have the dorsiflexion, plantar flexion of the foot, which I might feel in the shin and the calf, but I definitely feel it in my brain. Oh, my brain. Oh, my brain. It's so hard to do the foot part for me. So keep the shoulders back away from the ears. 2 more to each side. One more time. Woo! Last one. And relax. Flip it on over to your stomach. That was a lot of core, that was a lot of hip flexor. Let's stretch it up into extension. So we're just pulling the shoulder blades back away from the ears. Bend one knee, look over your shoulder, and your big toe. And switch. Now we're gonna lower it on back down. And for this next bit, we're gonna do some butt stuff. Yeah, we are. When we're down here, starting with what we're about to do, you can just rest your head on your arms. Just chill it down like your arms are a nice little pillow. We're gonna bring the knees a little bit closer together. And then we're gonna squeeze the butt cheeks and engage the core. So it doesn't look like I'm doing much of anything, but I'm tightening my abs and I'm squeezing my butt cheeks and I'm gonna lift my thighs above the mat. And then I'm gonna bunk, 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 bunk. So squeezing my butt, and I'm engaging my core so this doesn't hurt my lower back. And I'm just gonna rest my head down. That will also help my lower back. And squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the butt, and bunk, 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 bunk the heels. So much butt stuff today. Almost there. Keep squeezing your butt, lifting those thighs as high as you can. Core is working hard to keep us from hurting lower back. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Separate the knees, push back into a child's pose. Relaxing the back. Take one more deep breath. Shifting on forward again. So I'm coming back down. And again, I can just rest my head on the pillow that is my arms. I'm gonna bring my knees closer together. And then I'm gonna have a choice, depending on how the last one went, if I wanna stay where we were just a moment ago, that we're just gonna do it again. Otherwise, I can bend the knees first, and then squeeze to lift. And bonk, 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 bonk. So head stays rested on the pillow that is your arm. Squeezing the butt cheeks, lifting those thighs as high as we can, and the core is engaged. What I mean by that is that the muscles of your abs are just working in the same way that they would if you were about to get punched in the stomach. Just bracing, just ready. Bonk, 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 bonk. Keep bonking those heels together. Keep squeezing your butt cheeks and keep your thighs lifted. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. One more time back into the child's pose. Separate the knees, butt comes back towards the feet. Take one more breath. All right, shifting on forward again. All right, we're gonna do a little swimming because it's so nice outside. We should go swimming, I think. So, I'm gonna start out, once again, squeezing my butt cheeks to lift my thighs. And then from here, I'm out in my Superman, just extending my arms out straight, and then I'm just gonna lift my hands off of the ground. So I'm not trying to get up as high as possible in the upper body. I'm not going for this. I'm not doing a back extension, just lifting. And then from here, I'm gonna reach around and back up through the center. Big breaststroke. Again, core is engaged, so I'm tucking my tailbone under. Feel the difference in your lower back when you squeeze your butt and sort of press your pelvis down into the mat versus when you're not doing stuff with your butt. So I'm squeezing to keep my thighs lifted. My core is engaged. And then a big breaststroke. And I don't have to come up super high. So if I'm feeling lower back pain, the first thing I want to think about is, am I too high? And are my abs working? Those are the things I want to scan. Reach and around. 3 more like this. Squeeze those butt cheeks. Get the thighs lifted off the mat. And now I'm going to go the other way. Reach forward, pull it in. Around and in. It's a beautiful day for swimming backwards. Squeezing the butt cheeks. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Keep your thighs lifted. Core engaged. There's a lot going on here. Really feel the difference between when you hump the mat versus when you don't in terms of higher lower back feels. 3, 2, 1 more time. How are your shoulders doing? Relax. Separate the knees. Back to the child's pose. Chill it out here. 1 more breath. And coming back out. All right, one more time. We're gonna do one more thing down here, and then we're gonna stretch it on out. We're gonna do some sweat angels. So really similar to what we've been doing so far. Squeeze my butt cheeks to the side. I'm gonna extend my arms out just above the ground. I'm not going for a spinal extension, just lift it. Engage the abs, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the butt cheeks, open and close into a sweat angle. This is the last row work we're gonna do. Everything after this is stretches. I'm gonna take care of my lower back by squeezing my butt cheeks up and down with my abs engaged, and I'm not gonna lift too high in the upper body. The work that is being done in my shoulders and arms is just resisting against gravity. Open and close. Keep the thighs lifted. Open and close. So we're working the upper back, we're working the butt cheeks. My abs are engaged. 10 more seconds here. Yay, sweat angels. It's just like snow angels, only upside down and not in the snow at all. 3, 2, 1, and relax. From here, I'm gonna push back into the child's pose. Separate the knees, butt goes back, reach the arms forward. So I'm gonna do a real quick assessment, pop quiz, rights, lefts. Check on your own body, rights, lefts, all right? From here, I'm gonna take my left arm, thread it underneath, come down onto the shoulder. I'm gonna give you more options. You can just stay here too if you want to. If you just wanna stay in this shoulder stretch, fine by me. If you wanna add more to it, we can extend the right leg straight back. If you want to add more to that, right arm can come up to the sky. If you want to add one more thing to this, you can pick that right leg. Woo! I have to do that. Here, it's fun. If you want to add one more thing to that, you can extend that right leg up to the sky. So if you fall over, like me, that means you tried something that you weren't necessarily good at, which is how we get better at new things. That was fun. Take another deep breath. And bring it on back down. I'm gonna turn around just so I can see you. And we're coming back into the child's pose. And again, a quick pop quiz, right to left, left to right. I'm gonna take my right arm, thread it underneath, come down onto the shoulder. And if it feels good to just stay there, you can totally just stay there. If you wanna add to it, straighten out the left leg. If you wanna add to that, left arm can come up to the sky. If you feel like adding one more thing, bring that left leg up. I'm balancing mostly on my right shoulder. I got my right knee, a little bit on the top of my right foot. Use your head if you want to. I don't particularly find that comfortable, so I don't do it. Take one more deep breath in. And release. We're going to take it into a little frog stretch. We're going to separate those knees nice and far. So from here, I'm just going to keep and then shift it forward. Now, if I'm not comfortable here, I can always take it down to my forearms as well. But the idea here is shifting the weight forward, knees as far apart as I can get them into this little frog stretch. I want the weight to be on the muscle, not on the bone. If you need to put padding underneath your knees because the floor is hard, by all means do it. Nice little hip opener. I'm tucking my tailbone under so I'm not hurting my lower back while I'm up here. Kat's gonna join me. She's here to tell me that no matter how hard I try, she will always be more flexible than I am. Because that's just a fact about cats. Right? Right. All right, take a deep breath here. And we're gonna push back out of that frogger. And come on back down to your bum. And we're gonna set ourselves back down and connect our sits bones into the mat. And recentering. Take another real slow breath in through the nose. Hold it. Out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose. Hold it. Out through the mouth. And then we're going to take our final cleansing breaths. Breathing in gratitude for everything that got us here and got us through. And one more time in celebration. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your hard work. We will have Pilates tomorrow. If anyone's interested in an additional workout today, I will be teaching an athletic flow sword workout for Jungshin. The link is on the Jungshin website under events. If you don't have a sword, you can do it open-handed. That's totally fine. That'll be at 2 p.m. if you're interested in working out again real fast. Otherwise, as always, let me know if you have requests or questions or anything. I appreciate you so much. Have a great weekend! Ah! Mwah!